1967, the controversial filmmaker Sir Leslie Quint had been married a year. But that winter, tragedy struck when his wife Lizzie drowned in mysterious circumstances, aged 73.
Well, we decided one Sunday afternoon to go swimming in the ponds in Hampstead, and looking back, it was a bit of a schoolboy error because, well, old women and ponds, they simply don't mix.
With dwindling social outlets and increasingly bored with life, in 1968 Leslie attempted to revive the notorious hellfire clubs of the 18th century at the new location of Hampstead Village Hall.
Well, I totally misjudged how little interest there would be, and I totally miscalculated how much absinthe to bring. You know, I laugh at it now, but you've got to picture the scene. There was me in a hall on my own, surrounded by 55 bottles of the Green Fairy. I mean, I looked like Howard Hughes, except it wasn't urine, it was very much absinthe. And I don't recall what happened after that, because the next thing I do remember was being resuscitated by a burly fireman, and Hampstead Village Hall had burnt down.
Shunned by the local community, who were extremely irritated with his behavior, Leslie decided to lie low.
There were instances of antipathy towards me. I remember one such time when I came home to find graffiti daubed on my front door. I think it said, "Get stuffed, Quint." And it was then that I realized that the bottle was the only friend I needed.
When the 1970s began, Sir Leslie Quint had not made a film for almost 5 years. With studios ignoring his calls, he found distraction at the Claremont Club in Mayfair, the popular haunt of Lord Lucan. Leslie felt at home amongst its clientele.
Well, when you're gambling at such a high level, you simply do not ask questions of your opponent. And I recall playing Lucky Lord Lucan many times, and of course he was called Lucky because he was so awful at cards. And as such, he was the ideal opponent for me.
But Leslie's hedonistic lifestyle was costly, and he began to disintegrate as a man. Drinking heavily, lost to his obsessions, his health was visibly failing. It was at this point his mind turned again to marriage.
Well, when I read the classified, I knew that Lynn Lee was for me. She had it all. And I do feel it's much cleaner when money's involved because everybody knows where they stand.
But Lynn Lee never arrived. After discovering the Royal Mail wouldn't be able to assist in his inquiries, Leslie decided to make the journey to Thailand to find out what had happened.
Upon arrival in Bangkok, I was immediately arrested on suspicion. I did try and find out exactly what the charges were, but nobody spoke English, and before I knew it, I was clamped in manacles.